Phase one of our posture mechanics training program is focused on getting rid of general dysfunction, poor posture, and other things that might lead to head forward posture, upper cross syndrome, and other things that go on in daily life. Phase one, exercise one of our posture training mechanics program is going to be a 360 spin with a scapular depression. So as we walk away from the anchor point, Kaylee's going to take her hands and she's going to rotate the thumbs outward, and that's going to help us retract the scapula here. And as she goes through a 360 spin, she's going to lead the way with her thumbs, keeping the iron neck in line with the band and the anchor point. So as she spins around, the scapula are down and back together, and we'll go clockwise and counterclockwise. The idea here is that we're working the neck isometrically while setting a foundation for the neck through the shoulder blades. This is the exercise in all of our phase one programs here. We're gonna go for 3 sets of 8 repetitions of each exercise and in each direction. So we'll go 1 to 3 times a week with this program with 3 sets of 8, and we'll look to build into all the way up into 10 to 12 repetitions before moving on to phase 2. Exercise 2 in our phase 1 of our posture mechanics program is going to be a scapular push-up with a protraction and retraction. So we'll do this facing the anchor point and facing away. We're looking to get about 8 repetitions in each direction. So as we back away from the anchor point, we're going to keep the iron neck in line with the resistance band and the anchor point. And Kelly's going to start with her hands extended out with her chin down and the back of the neck really long. So as her hands come in towards her shoulders, she's going to protract, push the neck out, and then like your competitive bench pressing, you're going to push everything away, using the scapula and the posterior chain to pull the head away. So as she comes in, the head goes forward. As she pushes everything away, the head comes back. And we'll spin around, and we'll do this in both directions. Now she's working concentrically in the front side of the neck. So as her hands come in, the chin stays down but goes forward. And as she pulls the head back, the hands extend. In, and then pushing everything away. Staying nice and tall from the waist up. Exercise 3 of our posture mechanics training program is going to be a protraction retraction with a shrug. So here we're just looking to get scapular elevation, so scapulas or shoulder blades coming up towards the ears and coming back down while the neck works forward and backwards. So as we back away from the anchor point, we're going to push the head forward and the shoulders are going to stay really long on top. So we almost want to feel a stretch here through the shoulder blades. And then as she brings her head back, she's going to then elevate. So we're looking to get up and up as hard as we can. And then shoulder blades will come back down as the head goes forward. So if we can squish the shoulder blades together and we can get high elevation here with a big shrug all the way up into the ears, we can get a lot of scapular work here while the neck is working isometrically. And we'll do this in both directions. So we'll do one more here and back down. So we can see how much range of motion that we can get out of just moving the shoulder blades. So here we go again. We're gonna go forward. Things are really long on top. And just making sure the chin stays the same height off the floor. So as it goes forward, right, we're doing all that work, reaching from the middle of the scapula, reaching forward, and then we're gonna squish everything up really high and tight. Exercise 4 in phase 1 of our posture mechanics training program is a look left and a look right with scapular retraction. So as a reference point, you can put the hands on the hips or even behind the back, right? And we're gonna use the elbows as our landmarks to help sort of drive the scapular retraction. So as we back away from the anchor point, the distance between the elbows will shorten. That will help get our scapular retraction on point. And then with the shoulders staying really long on top and the back of the neck staying long, we're just gonna look left and look right. We'll do this in all 4 cardinal directions. So if the anchor point is north, we'll then turn east. We're then really attentive to the shoulder blades by pushing the elbows together with a look left and a look right. Being careful not to shrug up, right? We want this retraction to come down and back so that we can sit nice and tall from the waist up. Looking south here, making sure that the neck stays long on the back, the chin stays down. So we want that attention again to the shoulder blades, and we're just gonna go left and right. And the nose is gonna stay the same distance off the floor the entire time. Our last direction going west. You can see here, when she goes to squish the shoulder blades together, this distance between the elbows stays tight. The shoulders stay nice and long on top, and we're just going a left and a right. The last exercise in our first phase of our posture training mechanics program is a lock neck body turn. So what we'll need to do is you'll need to lower your anchor point to your height. Kelly's gonna bring it down just a few inches so that when she bends at the knee, the anchor point will stay in line with the iron neck. Then as we back away from the anchor point, she'll get into a nice athletic base. This could be shoulder width or wider. She'll push her hands together. That'll be a nice cue for her upper body to stay nice and tight. And then she's gonna rotate at the hips with everything from the waist up, staying nice and secure, isometric. We'll do this exercise in all 4 cardinal directions. So then we'll turn to the east side here. So now we're looking east. We can see that her hands are staying in line with her face. So as her head turns, her hands also turn, and we have a nice center line there as a reference point. We can even get up onto the balls of the feet and get a really aggressive turn, making sure that when we're looking south away from the anchor point, that the chin stays down, even as we get out to this in range of isometrics here. Just turning from the waist. Everything from the waist up stays completely in line. So here we've got a nice line from the back of her head all the way down to the hips, and then the hips are doing the turning. That's our phase 1 of our posture training mechanics program. We'll do this program 1 to 3 times a week. So if we can do this on a Monday with minimal soreness and a positive effect, we can then look to do this again on Thursday, and then following weeks we can go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or 3 days a week.